In this video, we're going to be making a scatter plot and finding a regression line. So here we have a table that shows the depth in centimeters of water filling a bathtub after X minutes. So we're going to begin by pulling up our calculator and we're going to enter in these values into our graphing calculator. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Stat and then Edit. Now if there's something in there, you'll need to clear it out. So I'll go to the top, I'll hit Clear and then Enter. So that goes away, and I'll arrow over and up and hit clear and enter, and I'm now ready to enter in my data. So my L1 will be all of my X's and my L2 will be all of my Y's. So I have 0 and then 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Then I'll arrow over to L2 where I'll put 6, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, and 24. And then I'll just double check my values because see, something didn't line up right. So we'll just double check. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I forgot the number 12 over here. So I'll check my values again and make sure that they are correct. And they are. Perfect. So we're ready to make our scatter plot. So what we're going to do is we're going to need to turn on our stat plot. So that's in blue right here. So we're going to hit the blue button and then Y equals. And right now it says off. So we're going to hit enter and we're going to turn that on. So we're going to hit on and now our on is highlighted. Then because our numbers are so small over here, we're going to be able to just use, like we're going to have to change some things a little bit, but not much. So we're going to go to window. We see that our lowest X value is 0 and our biggest is 12. So our X minimum can be 0 and our maximum, let's make it a 16 so it's a little bit bigger. And let's actually, and so then we'll have a scale of, we can count by 2s. Then our Y minimum, the smallest value here is a 6 and the largest is 24. So let's use a 5 and a 25 and let's count by 5s just to make it easy. Then we're going to hit graph. And now I can see my scatter plot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sketch this really fast. So you can either use the grid that I have provided here, or you can just go ahead and sketch it without the grid. So now that I've sketched my points, I want to sketch the line of best fit. Since we're already using our calculators, we're going to use our calculator to determine the line of best fit for us. So to do that, we're going to go to Stat, arrow over to Calculate, then we're going to choose option 4, Linear Regression, which is our AX plus B. We'll hit Enter, and we're going to arrow through these so that it will calculate it for us. And here it's going to give us our A value, which is our slope, and our B value, which is our y-intercept. So let's go ahead and we'll write those down. And so now that we've written down, I wrote it as an M because that's our slope. On our calculator, it says it as an A. So I'm going to go ahead and write my equation of my line in slope-intercept form, which gives me y equals 1.5x plus 5.29. So if I go to the y equals on my calculator and I plug that equation in, and then I hit graph, it's going to put my line of best fit there for me. So then I can just draw that line or sketch that line on my scatter plot sketch. So notice that it touches most every single point, but there are some that are above it and some that are on the lower side of it. So now we want to interpret the slope and the y-intercept of the line of fit, meaning what are those things saying? So if we look at this, let's go ahead and move this up a little bit. So it's saying interpret the slope and the y-intercept of the line of fit. So we want the slope and the y-intercept of our line of fit. Now our line of fit is this y equals 1.5x plus 5.29. So what the slope is saying there, so what that 1.5 means is that every minute the depth is increased by 1.5 centimeters. And the y-intercept, or the 5.29, is saying that at the start, the depth is already 5.29 centimeters. It's already at that. Okay, so this was our y, this was our y-intercept, sorry, and this was our slope. And that's what those are talking about. So that's how you can use your calculator to enter in your data set, make a scatter plot, and get your line of best fit. It's important to make sure that you know how to interpret what the slope and the y-intercept are telling you about your data.